Sampling methods and designs. This video deals with how I use sampling methods. We look at the sampling method cycle here. Population, you determine your sampling method, get your sample, and then draw your conclusions. That might lead you back to your population, and then choose a new sampling method, one that might work a little bit better. Some ways to randomize your sample: flipping a coin, assigning something to heads or tails, flip that coin, and whichever one it lands on, that's how you pick that piece of the sample. Rolling dice, again, assigning numbers 1 to 6, or in this case maybe 1 to 12. Random number generators, random name generators, or picking a name out of a hat, that type of randomization. These are all different ways that you can select pieces of your sample. One way of preventing bias is to select random samples. There are 5 types of random sampling techniques. The 5 methods that we have here are simple random sampling. Simple random, just use some dice, flip a coin, name out of a hat, random number generator. Stratified random is by first separating those participants into naturally aligned groups and then randomly selecting from each group. So putting a bunch of kids at school into their classes, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and then randomly selecting from each class. Systematic, you randomly select the first participant and then select every nth participant after that. So you randomly select the 8th person in the list and then every 20th person after that, giving you the 8th, 28th, 48th, so on. Cluster is where you randomly select groups of participants and then use the entire group. So if you were studying habits of police officers in Texas, you randomly select 10 precincts in Texas and then study every officer therein. Convenience, participants are chosen simply because of their location to those conducting the study. So in this case, there's really no randomization. And then it takes you into using random number tables. You can go onto the internet, search random number tables, and this is something that you might get. And suppose you have 100 schools and you need to select 12 of them to help you with a study. First, you number them from 00 to 99, and then read the table from left to right and select the 12 schools based on their 2-digit number assignment. Now, you also need to make sure that you do not duplicate here, so if there's ever any duplicates, you have to eliminate them. So the first 12 schools, we're going to start with number 24, and then we have number 19, then we have number 83, then 72, followed by 41, and then 52, 57, 91, 08, 49, and then 21. And then notice 24 is duplicated, so we cannot use 24. Also, the next number, 91, is a duplicate, so we don't use 91, we just skip over it. The next number, 21, again is a duplicate, skip over it. And then 27 is our 12th school in this list. Now, you don't necessarily have to use the first row. You can start on any row of this random number table. So in this case, I started on the 5th row. And see here, we got 71, 16, and then 71 is a duplicate, so we can't use 71 a second time. Then we have 10, 31, and then 10 is another duplicate, 25, 94, 33, 11, 20, 82, 05, and then 05 is a duplicate. 56 hasn't been used. 05 is again another duplicate. And then we have all the schools that we need based on this row number 5, eliminating all duplicates. Now, the row you start on is up to you. The way that you go about this is also up to you. You can do columns instead of rows. So you could select a column of numbers instead of the row of numbers. So the first column would be 22 and then 83. And you could do things like that. And that is sampling methods and designs.